Yes, people, good morning and welcome back to the Klopps TV from the sunny, beautiful Ibiza, as Calalonga. And I am on holiday, so smash that like button, get your comments in to this video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I'm making content on holiday, so you must. Bit of a news update this one, right? Talking about the fact that obviously Alisson out injured for the next 6 weeks. Curtis Jones been called up to the England squad, and Jurgen Klopp has a new job, but it's not on the sidelines. Let's start off with Alisson and I've just been on TalkSport this morning with Gabby Agbonlahor and Alan Brazil, talking about the miss that is going to be huge for Liverpool. Alisson going to miss 6 weeks of football with that torn hamstring. The injury itself looked super innocuous. It didn't look like anything had stressed his hamstring, to be honest. It obviously must have been something that torn, kicks the ball away, goes down straight away. When a keeper goes down like that, especially Alisson, who has now missed over 40 games for Liverpool in his career so far, it's never a good sign. Now, Kevin Kelleher has obviously come out and said that he doesn't want to be a number 2 anymore. You know, he wants to be starting every week. He's going to get a great opportunity now. And obviously Jaros will have to step up now and be the number 2, but Kevin Kelleher, it's a bit of a catch-22 because yes, you want him to go and flourish, you want him to play games, get minutes under his belt, be a number 1 goalkeeper, as he's been very vocal about, and he should be. But the reason I say it's a catch-22 is you want those things for Kevin. You want him to go on and have a great career, and he already has done. He's a hero for Liverpool. He's had his moments, which Alisson has never had, the Carabao Cup final. Being one of them, you know, where he's not only saves penalties in the shootout against Chelsea, but scores them. So he has so many moments that if he left tomorrow, he'd be considered as a Liverpool hero. But the catch-22 part of it is, we also don't want him to leave because he's so good as a number 2. So yes, you want him to flourish, yes, you want him to get what he wants, but is that going to be at Liverpool? I'm not too sure, but that is a question that you can maybe ask again in the summer. For now, he's got to play in some massive games, and the stats are actually quite interesting on this one because in the league, Alisson's missed 28 games and Liverpool have won 21 of those, losing just 2. So the win percentage, it's a much smaller sample size, but the win percentage is actually better. 207 games with Alisson in the league, 138 wins, 27 losses, 178 goals conceded and 90 clean sheets, which is almost a 1 in 2. But then without Alisson, there's only been 2 defeats. But in those games, there were 35 goals conceded. And if you remember the Fulham game, for example, last year, you know, we won the game 4-3, but we did concede 3 goals. So they're the kind of results you might expect with no Alisson in goal. But how big a miss is this going to be? I mean, we're confident, we're happy, we are secure in the fact knowing that Kevin Kelleher is, in my opinion, the best number 2 around. So in one sense, you're happy that it's Kevin stepping up. But at what point do you have to start asking questions about Alisson's fitness? I mean, for a goalkeeper who doesn't move about much on the pitch, let's be honest, it's a bit of a conundrum having to deal with Alisson injuries every season at this stage. Obviously, we know he missed a good 25, 26 games last season. So it's a really tough one. And obviously, Kevin is going away with Ireland. Touch wood, he doesn't get an injury. Then we're really in trouble. But Alisson is going to be back, I assume, end of November. You're looking at, which is really a period that we could have done with him for. So Alisson is the best goalie in the world. He's the most important player Liverpool have, I'll be honest. He's that anchor behind that amazing defence. And he's so crucial with his feet, shot stopping, the leadership. When you're actually at Anfield, and obviously you guys know I sit 2 rows behind in the Kop, behind Alisson's goal. Vocally, what he gives to the team is unbelievable as well. So Kevin knows all this. He's watched him in training, he's watched him in games for years. He's played in massive important games himself for years for Liverpool. So he knows what's needed. Everyone's behind him. He's going to get that big boost when he steps out into the Kop for the first time as the new number 1, at least temporarily. So it's a massive miss. It's a massive miss, but I mean, we're going to have to crack on with it, aren't we? Good news for Curtis Jones. He's been called up to the England squad. I mean, as you guys know, I'm not the biggest England fan at all, but I think for Curtis Jones, having worked with Lee Carsley in the under 18, 19 and 21 camps at England, it's only right. And if you're playing players like an Angel Gomez, then, you know, it was only a matter of time before Curtis got called up. And what I mean by that is obviously Angel Gomez has been kind of ushered through the ranks at England by Lee Carsley as well. He obviously believes him, trusts him, goes back to him, and big up to him for getting back in the squad, even though he plays for Lille. But Curtis Jones, let's not forget, Premier League winner, Champions League winner. You know, he's won every domestic cup there is to win for Liverpool. Surely you'd want someone of that experience in the England squad. Places in the midfield, they're chopping and changing a lot. Adam Wharton was in, Kobbie Mainoo was in. Obviously Declan Rice is in. Jude Bellingham plays a little bit further forward for England. And that's actually the position that I would see Curtis Jones in for England, in that creative playmaker role in an 8, pushing up to a 10. We know he can play in the 6 as well. So happy for him. I mean, it's only right. It's about time. You know, Harvey Elliott's another one that could probably be called up if he wasn't injured. I don't know if there's still some friction there between him and the England camp after he was, you know, videoed mocking Harry Kane in the past. So again, you'd have to wait and see about that one. But in terms of quality, in terms of experience now, even though they're both still young, Curtis and Harvey should definitely be around that squad. And Curtis is in, so I don't know if I'll even watch the England game tonight, but I hope he plays well. And then Trent was interviewed by the ITV journalist before this game. He's talking about his legacy. And again, I do think some of the questioning towards Trent is unique in the way that I just don't think they ask any other defenders in the England squad questions about how good they are defensively. You know, Trent doesn't have to prove anything to anyone. He's one of the most talented players in that England squad. The other players know it, but he's talking about, you know, what his legacy is going to be like at Liverpool and England. You know, he mentions that you'd only know that once you retire. I think in the England squad, he's, again, one of the most experienced, successful players. So, you know, how do you fit him in that team? Is it right back? Is it midfield? It looks like he's going to start right back every game now for England, which again, for him, in terms of legacy, in terms of, you know, cementing himself now as one of the best ever right backs of all time, I think he's done that for sure. So, yeah, you know, a lot to talk about when it comes to Liverpool during the international break. We're looking at these games hoping not to get injuries, hoping not to get any out of form players. But this Alisson one is a tough one, man. It really is, because over the last couple of years, the injuries have picked up a little bit more than we'd like. Obviously, Alisson does need to sign a new contract at some point as well. Mamardashvili is his name. Maybe there's even a shout to bring him forward and try and put him through in January if this carries on the injury record. I don't think that's realistically going to happen. We'd have to pay a lot more to get him out of his contract earlier, and Valencia just wouldn't allow their best goalkeeper to leave at that stage. So, yeah, a little bit of a general news update for you. And Jurgen Klopp has got a new job, which I don't see any harm in at all. I actually thought that he did do a job like this. It won't be from the sidelines. A lot of people, including Dortmund fans, that think he's a traitor for, you know, associating himself with the Red Bull franchise, which obviously includes RB Leipzig, who were a big rival of Jurgen Klopp at Dortmund. But this role is perfect for him. He doesn't want to be on the sidelines. He's not changing that. But what he does want to do is still influence football in a positive light. He says the experience that he's got, which is fighting for relegations, fighting for titles, fighting for trophies, covers the whole spectrum of a manager. So why wouldn't his experience be put to use in terms of, you know, a head of soccer role? I think it's a great role for him. Nice and easy. Doesn't have to stress out too much. He obviously is going to now be mentoring Pep Linders at RB Salzburg, which is going to be interesting. Probably needs it after the start he's had. And it also includes him overseeing and advising Leeds, who have a stake in the Red Bull franchise. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but let us know. Thoughts on Alisson's injury, thoughts on Jurgen Klopp getting a new job, thoughts on Trent's interview with the ITV, and thoughts on Curtis Jones finally getting a call up for England. Let us know in the chat how you feel about all of that. Like this video, get your comments in. And from sunny Ibiza, just past 7:30 a.m., It's an absolute beautiful day. Look at that. I'm going to leave you with that. Press that like button, get your comments in. I'm going to go and sit down by the pool and have some breakfast. Take care. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed this, make sure you check out the rest of the channel too. There's other stuff you'll enjoy for sure.
Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the Klopps TV.
The voice of football's
most famous dads. Come on.